the Sync. You think it's corny? Screw your mama. suck your mother, as the Island Boys would say. Anyway, before we get into it, this is a roundtable discussion about sync licensing and sync placements. So I want to first introduce two panel guests that I have tonight. To my left, I got none other. Y'all should be familiar with this guy because he's been on the pod before. It's my man Bakari Vashon in the building. Nori claps.
That guy. What's up? What's happening, brother?
So, and then also to my right, someone I've been trying to get on the pod for forever in the day, but he too busy.
He won't even return my text to call me.
No way.
Golly.
No way.
Not like that, bro.
I'm trying to catch up with you.
Nah. I'm here. Y'all know y'all got me.
But you definitely heard his music. It's my man Bachi in the building. Of course, Nori claps as well.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here, man. They got me.
Yeah, man.
Finally, I had to bring Bakari in to get him. You see how that works?
You know,
Man,
it's
wherever
crazy,
Bakari,
dog.
I gotta be at, man.
Hey, man. God know what he be doing.
Absolutely.
Word. So, before we get into it, actually, you know what? I'm gonna have y'all introduce each other, but this is what I did. Look here, we are in the future. So instead of these guys introducing themselves like I normally would and being lazy, I'm gonna be extra lazy and give the AI description of these guys' career. So I put Bachi into Chat GPT or whatever it's called. And I put Bakari Vashon.
We're gonna be like,
and this is what I got.
y'all about to get a Japanese story about.
Wait to hear this.
Bachi, you gonna be mad. They
I am
played
really
you.
mad.
I
They
can't
definitely
wait.
played
They
me.
played you.
They
Okay.
definitely gonna play me. I already know.
Bachi.
Let's see.
Bachi is a relatively new artist in the hip-hop scene, gaining attention for a distinctive style and lyrical content. He's known for blending traditional rap elements and contemporary sounds, and his music also explores themes of personal growth, resilience, and social issues.
Kind of gas. Wait a minute. I'm about to take that from my Spotify. ChatGPT going crazy right now. I like that.
You gotta use that, bro.
I know. I'm using that. You gotta send me that one.
Yeah, I'm going to see you that. You know what I mean? All right, and then we got, hold up. It was more than this. I'm upset. Anyway, I think I did shorten. Anyway, we got Bakari Vashon, who's a multifaceted artist who is a drummer, songwriter, and producer whose music includes a mix of creativity, rhythm, and collaborations for over 25 years. So,
Wow.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of steep.
Right. Actually, it was more than that. I shortened that.
Hey,
Because you
AI
had like
Hey, I be
paragraphs.
Hey, listen, y'all have no idea. I'm about to use that to say you
Yeah,
sent it
bro,
to me.
you
My
gotta use
Spotify will be updated.
Yo,
I'm gonna
man.
look up my AI one and see what I can
Facts.
steal.
Yo, this AI is kind of crazy.
He had to shorten. You know, AI be going like 18 paragraph deep dive into your life. He was born in this hospital
No.
next to this person. I'm
You
like,
know
how you know that?
who did that to? My wife.
Oh, for real?
Outside of, they took off 2 years. I don't know if that was a female thing. They made her 36. Sorry, baby.
Man.
I got to
Shout
show
out.
that. I forgot my wedding ring.
Oh,
And my
man.
wife is out of town.
Oh man, you said I'm out of doubt.
I'm violating. I know.
can't violate, man.
But Carl, like, nope.
Hey man, I'm looking at
I don't
the
need no
phone.
troubles.
Yeah.
I'm sharing a link right now. I'm trying to get everybody on.
Yeah, let's get on in.
There we go.
But
Perfect.
shouts out to my wife Felicia. Again, y'all check out her cookbook, Cooking with Fee, available on Amazon since what is it? Amazon Day or whatever.
Yeah, that's coming up already. When is it?
What is it? I think it's now.
For real?
What is it?
It's
It's
today.
today?
What's it? Amazon? What's it called? Prime Day. Thank you.
Hey, it's Prime Day. Yeah.
Prime Day.
Hey, my wife, hey Keish, get the rest of that stuff.
Right. Do it now.
Get the rest of that stuff, man.
Christmas, get it now.
Yeah.
Them
Timing.
well, y'all, I know y'all got enough diapers.
Man, woo.
Cause that's all people want to give you.
Hey man, I'm requesting more diapers.
Yeah. He's always going to get some diapers.
Or if you do, get the twos. Don't get the infants. Cause you can get done with them in like
Hey, them infants gonna be out of there.
right. So get the twos or the threes.
Yeah.
Cause that's when it get
Maybe to
thick.
throw a
It gotta
diaper, a raffle / concert / benefit / yeah.
Oh, for real, you playing? Playing. They
Gonna have
got
that set
twins
up.
coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they got twins and then the new baby.
Yeah, man.
It's not gonna be the old baby. It's,
the big bro, baby.
yeah, he what 2?
Almost.
He ain't even 2 yet.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, but the business is closed. Fortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front, bro. Matter of fact, I was like, yo, yeah, give me twins, especially if it's a fraternal. If it's a girl, boy.
Yeah, girl, boy. We out of there.
I'm out.
It's over.
Yeah, brother.
So, yeah, Bachi, I will say wait, but I don't know, bro.
Listen, man.
Hey, man.
This
We got to be on God's time. You know?
God's timing.
God's timing.
Ooh,
True. Amen on that. Amen
God's timing.
on that.
God's plan.
For Sheezy.
But yeah, I always say like if I were to have, if I could have played God, to put it like
man.
that, yeah, 27, 28, I would have.
Right back.
I would have not. Oh, go ahead and handle that.
outside. We'll get y'all some fries though.
For sure, man.
All right. So why you handling that? Yeah, we can get back to the baby. So how the wifey doing?
The wifey is great. You know, she teaches. She's a professor, so she just took a step back for being preggo. You know, yeah, man. We just marinating, getting ready to drop in about less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. So yeah, man. Yeah, we got everything ready. Like literally, my house is set up like there's the 2 swings already ready.
Right.
For 2 babies. Everything. I had to get another bed for my son.
Right.
Had to buy another crib. The only thing I'm so glad right now, I still have a studio.
Okay.
Because as soon as they get bigger, I'm gonna have to abandon that studio and build another one.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
My son is gonna. He already trying to take over the studio. Like straight now.
You already
Right
trying
now.
to figure out what this knob is. What?
Yeah. For sure. He's already on that.
Yeah, because what you do music and producing. Your wife is an actress.
Yeah, she's a film screenwriter and actress.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all just the
Yeah.
babies ain't. If they come up being accountants, it's gonna be something weird.
Man, I'm gonna be trying to figure out what's really happening here.
I mean, that's a clutch thing to be though, especially in your
we
business.
need accountants in
Right.
our business.
We kind of need that right now, but
And you can trust them; they ain't gonna be trying to swindle you.
Of
right.
course.
Right.
Well, actually, you don't know
Hey,
these days. It be on
man,
family.
Hey, man. What? It be on people, man. It be on people.
Nah, I'm pretty sure gonna take care. I'm pretty sure they'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
take
I
care of
really
y'all,
pray,
take care of us.
For sure.
All right, so got Bachi with the
Bachi with the hibachi?
Bachi
Cooking
Yo,
up.
You know what? I ain't never think about that. Have you ever?
You know, that's
done
why I named myself that. It was a Japanese restaurant my mom took me to when I got on honor roll when I was a kid.
Really?
It was called Mori. It's in town.
Oh,
Chuck E.
yeah,
Cheese.
we know
So I'm
Mori,
saying,
man.
and when I was a kid, I never had food that good in my entire life. So in my head, I'm just like, I love hibachi, like whatever hibachi was. And I went through names in high school, and I was just like, I thought it was corny to be like, hi, Bachi. You know what I'm saying? But I was like,
Wait,
I was being,
Wait.
but I was like, if I cut that high off, and Bachi sound designer, I could, if I started a clothing line, it sounded cool. It was short. There weren't many artists named like that, or they had something else. So I said, I'm gonna just run with it and see if I could be the biggest Bachi in the world. And
Wait.
so far, I'm number one Bachi in music, but.
Man. You need to tell
Man,
me
that's
that the
kind
next
of,
time.
there's
I
some
know you
Indians
lying.
with a name
You
that
tell me
has
your
more
name
Black listeners than me, but yeah.
It's after hibachi.
Hibachi, you ain't know. I
Dog, we
thought y'all
finna
knew that.
fight, dog. I
Y'all
really
see the
thought
anime
it was like
references?
being super deep or something. Like it
Nah,
was some,
man. I mean, it is kind of deep. I had to do a deep dive in
yeah, it was
reference.
a deep-
I had to learn what it meant because, like, I couldn't just take anything, but it usually means, like, they're cool guy or rare drum in different cultures. It's always something good or rare and lucky or cool. So I was like, perfect. So when I looked it up, a lot of other cultures use it in good reasons. So I was like, I like this. I want positivity, you know?
I say this.
Okey-dokey.
You can eat me up,
What?
but I won't see it.
No, did he?
No, did Hey, man.
My stomach. My stomach.
Feed me, Seymour.
Hey, that's a reference right there that y'all need to catch right there. That mean don't go to enough plays for real.
Yeah.
Okay. Another shenanigan. Y'all know I'm gonna bring the shenanigans, okay? And also too, I found this shirt. I forgot my wife had bought it for me. This shirt is hella ironic because I'm not surrounded by idiots. I actually got these guys on here because they're smarter than me about the topic.
Wow.
And they're smarter than me, period. So, the shirt is irony. Maybe I am smart because I'm using it for irony because I'm not smart. I'm surrounded by geniuses, man.
You giving us the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the platform.
We ain't here without you.
But no, cause I picked it up, I'm like, oh shoot, I haven't worn this shirt in a minute. I think I only wore it once before, so I was like, let me get this scar popping for the new Lion King. Anyway, ooh, 10 minutes in.
There you go.
We good? Mikey, like, man, I
He's like, hey,
wasn't supposed to be working today. It's some bull. Anyway. Also, too, I'm gonna try to watch my language this episode. So, Mama, if you're watching, you can listen. I ain't gonna be ratchet this episode. So, let me see what we got. Keep it family friendly. How about that? So we're going into the questioning. Like I said, get into my notes. So again, mic sync licensing are sync licensing refers to the use of music in conjunction with visual content such as TV shows, films, commercials, and video games. You have certain platforms that you can go through as far as setting up sync placements such as Music Gate, Premium Beat, BeatStars. Of course, if you're a producer, you know about BeatStars. Shouts out my man Outlaw. Sync licensing has grown in the rap circles in recent years due to increase in demand for original music, diverse media opportunities, changing perspectives, digital platforms, and financial benefits. Again, shouts out to AI.
Hey man, they be on it.
Stop hating. It's my podcast. I can do what I like. So we gonna get into these questions, man. I got 15. Hopefully we eat up the rest of the whole hour. We have one little break. I'm gonna play my girl Tokyo.ExtraOrdinaire joint.
Ooh, shout out Tokyo. Shout out Tokyo. Big shout out.
If we had room, I would have had you on here,
Facts.
Tokyo. Get some little diversity, but it's tight. Pause. So
I was about to say it, but you beat me to it.
So we're gonna get into it, man. First question. Okay. I'm gonna act like an adult first. Like I did come here listening.
Cam and Mace got some competition, man. We lit.
Yo. Hey, yo. If you 60 years old and still trying to be in the streets.
You failed. I was literally watching that yesterday, man.
Yo, Mace, I ain't never seen nobody read J Prince like that. That's crazy.
Boys walk light.
That's crazy. Like, you got little homies, then you need big homies. But me and Killer, we never respect the big homies. Why do you think I got in all the trouble I got in my life?
If they issue an apology in 2 weeks, we're going to know why.
Right.
That's why I'm not right. Because they are going to eat those words.
Right.
They make it seem like it's friendly, but somebody...
Pull up, like, you know what? We was playing.
Facts.
Those are some very serious guys saying very serious things about a very serious man.
I don't know.
That's all I'm going to say.
They did have a point, though. They did have a point.
They had a point,
He
but still.
was kind of... I guess my thing is, they did put him on a mission.
Yeah.
He could have just been like, hey, y'all chill out. But I'm pretty sure they'll get that call.
Oh, they're going to get... Oh, they've already had the call.
No, you're right.
They've already had that call, I guarantee you. But hey, man, what we doing?
I was holding my thoughts. That's why I was sitting back. I'm like, we can get into it.
Yeah,
No, sir.
y'all know better than me.
No, sir.
All right, what we got? So first question. Also, too, shout out to J Prince. I don't want him calling me either. Okay, first question. What initially drew you to the world of hip-hop and also to music sync licensing? So
Me?
Both of y'all.
Well, for me, what drew me to it was I didn't realize at first that it was a whole different world outside because I'm obsessed with performing and recording and the creativity of, baking the cake, decorating and all that kind of stuff when it comes to music. So when I found out that it was a whole nother world and it was just, if not as much as lucrative, or you can get bags here and there, or if you find that niche, you can get that bag, and then you could find a way you can make a complete living, man. So yeah, it was a point where, you know, I was talking to other producers and songwriters, and it was like, yo, here's a whole nother lane over here. You don't have to chase placements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I remember I was leaving college and I moved to LA after like my first marketing job. And I was definitely gonna get fired from that marketing job because I was too busy writing songs in the file room. But I got I think I had a placement with not an actual placement, but like something where it had some hope behind it. So I was in Rodney Jerkins' house. I remember I was in his house, but I wasn't there on some music tip. I was just hanging out. I was in there hanging out with some people working and stuff. But it was funny because at the end of the session, a lot of the people that he was working with on some projects were like, "Hey, like let's hear your music." I was like, "No, let's hear it." I played it, and I make clean music, so a lot of times people automatically assume I'm either a Christian rapper or just like I make sync music. I didn't know about sync at the time though. And I was like, I'm not a Christian rapper, so in their head they're like, I got somebody you need to meet. And a guy named Thick James, shout out Brett Engel, still my guy to this day. We still working on hella things. That man changed my life, and he said, I want to record this with you. I recorded 2 songs, and those songs broke some records, and we got a lot of syncs, and I became a sync expert from that moment forward, and that was in 2019. And from there on, all the big placements a lot of people, you know, tell me about when they see me, whether it's 2K, HBO, or the Super Bowl, whatever it is, it started from that moment, and it was somebody else recognizing my type of music for it. I would have never guessed that I made music for that lane. And I found my lane. I realized, like, it's easy for me. Apparently, sync is very hard for a lot of people, but for me, I'm already making that lane. Yeah. So I kind of stayed in it because it is music I'm making naturally, and I was able to make a lot more bread and not have to force myself to make a lot of decisions that a lot of artists make because of their back against the wall when it comes to that. So it was another cushion I could really lean into, for sure.
He didn't have to sell drugs.
Thank God.
It was a thought.
Thank God.
Yo, for real.
I remember asking my mom once, I was like, "Ma, how mad would you really be?" I love Jesus now, but I think he understands.
I just need to get a key off.
It'd be like that, though. It'd be like that, for real.
Matter of fact, since we flexing, you want to go ahead and tell these people about the George Clinton connection or not?
I don't know if that's a flex, but
that is a flex.
G, I call it G. Yeah, man. I would probably what you would call a P-Funk all-star drummer.
Yeah.
My mentor has been George Clinton for probably the last 15 years. Especially before I moved to LA, my own self. One of the things that he, dropped on me, he was like, "Yo, when you move out to LA," because I want to rebrand myself as a live performer and as a drummer and get my own connections. And he was like, "Yo, when you get to LA, don't even tell him you're an MC. Don't even tell him you're a producer." I'm like, "What?" Gee, he's like, "Just tell him you're one of my drummers and you work with me." And it helped build my whole structure that I have in LA because I went directly to the live scene, and then that helped me connect with other artists and other producers and songwriters like that. So yeah, man, shout out to G. I think they on tour right now. But yeah, man. So yeah, man, he's still my mentor. We still getting it in. We just did his. We was out in LA the top of the year for his Star on Hollywood. So that was really really dope.
That's what I had in my head.
Oh yeah. Shout out to G for getting that Star on Hollywood. It was long overdue.
I just saw him in Good Burger too as well.
Yeah, and in Good Burger too for sure, man. If anybody from that area, you already know G was in the original Good Burger movie. So hell yeah.
Yeah.
He said something key actually that I want to point on real quick because when I was in LA, I also learned don't tell them you're a performer or anything. That's why I was in those houses and rooms, and because I didn't say nothing, I was just in the process hearing everything. They had to at one point ask, "What do you do?"
Exactly.
And once I told them, "Song right," and he was sorry. They heard the songs. It just added the appeal that they were curious, and then they heard the music that was remotely good, whether it was good or not, subjectively, remotely good, and it allowed to open more doors for me instead of me being like, this is what I do, and it helped me, get a lot of understanding on how you got to move a lot of times. Bet.
But speaking on that right quick before we get off it, a lot of people don't understand. I want you to talk, if you can, because I forgot you live in LA as well, how important that is and how to move when you get in a bigger city, when you outgrow your environment, and then when you get around 100 other yous or 1,000 other yous, right? Who come from similar circumstances and backgrounds, and they're much more hungry than you, or as much as hungry as you. Like, what do you think advice would be for musicians, not just writers or artists, but anybody who's going out to a city like New York or LA, and how to actually move when you get in those rooms? Because you got only one opportunity to even get in the room.
For me, I was blessed to have the experience of running track at FAMU and being an athlete at a college level, because that's how it feels. Like, you think I had the best 100 time. I thought I was going pro in high school. I was like, I'm thinking I'm going to be the man. I signed to FAMU. I'm like, I'm bringing it home, But once you get to that college route, you realize everyone is as good as you or better. And you got to understand, like, you're just there to perform and do what you do. In time, obviously, you master your craft and you do what you got to do. Like, everyone will come to you. And essentially, just me being in those rooms without having to say a word, with the access that I had with the work I did, because I earned my spot in that room. Now people got to find out why you're there on top of that. And then once you able to show them what that is, they're impressed with it. Like, that's how it felt. I feel like I was like, I'm going to run my time. But, like, once they ask you what you do and they seen the music, they seen that I had a lot of success in Tallahassee. They see the shows, the content. Oh, he lit. Versus it being like, oh, we get it, because everybody in New York, Atlanta, Texas, wherever you at, is an artist. To them, that's just a regular person walking.
Yeah, bro.
Like, they don't care. Literally, they'll care more if you say you're a dentist. Like, anything. Like, they really care if you're anything but somebody in the creative space. Unless that's crazy. Recruited you personally. Like, they don't care.
An exec told me one time in a meeting, he was like, when I come in the room, he said it could be 50 of you already sitting down. He said, when I come in the room, and this is a Sony executive told me this, he said, I already know the artist, and I already know if I'm going to sign them. By looking at them, feeling the energy in the room, the way they handle and control the room, who's doing the most talking, who's doing the most listening. He said, we've already done the deal. And you've already, so a lot of times artists will talk themselves out of a deal or a situation by reacting unprofessionally or out of pocket or not reading the room. Something simple as that. So yeah, bro, I'm with you on that.
No, we're not gonna get into it because I'm not privy to it, but it just reminded me of the discussion we had before we came in the room. It was like, somebody didn't read the room, and now it's frozen in time about, you know what I'm saying, what type of person they might or may not be on card, probably killed, whatever.
Because people be trying to figure out, like, how do I have the best? A lot of artists, like, how do I have? You can have a person who's not as half as talented, but have a crazy work ethic
and be available.
And they're available, and they are consistent, right? They're not as dope as the other cat with the money, and then the cat with the money, he just got the bag. And they're trying to force a hit, or they're trying to force a movement, or they're trying to shove it down your throats. And a lot of times that doesn't work. And then they run out of money, and then they come back like trying to do it again. Now what we got is insanity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's not working.
He's spitting. He's killing it. That's exactly what it is. For real. That pressure. I'm not even joking. This is not even a flex. Like, there's rooms I didn't make it out of, and there's rooms where I stood out because I was that confident in what I was able to do without having to, like, control the space. And a lot of times people try to control and don't even know you can control it just by being good at what your strength is. Like, there's a lot of things I don't know how to do, but I know what I can do, and I know that I'm confident in it, and I know that I don't have to force whatever this false network we got to make for you to feel like, like, no, we're already in. We just got to prove it, and that's it.
Yeah, bro. That's it. That's it, bro.
Man, I love it, man. Like, again, told y'all, got way more than I can offer you. I'm doing this for y'all, right?
That's my guy.
Soak this information in, this knowledge in. All right, what we got next? Okay, so basically, for those who should be with pen and pad, taking notes, trying to figure out how you can make this money. You know what I mean? Of course, you can love the music, but that love ain't gonna put food on the table. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna put hibachi in bachi. You know what I mean?
That's so funny, man.
Oh, you killing me with that.
I'm so glad you know it now, though.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
All right, so here we go. Second question. Can you explain the basics of music sync licensing for those that may not be familiar?
Got you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the basics is essentially licensing synchronization. You're essentially giving entities, platforms the right to your license of your music so they can present it and however they want to present it, and then you obviously have to either sell that license, whether you want to do it royalty based or fee based, whatever that case is. There's a million different licenses you can agree to, but synchronizing it is the part where they're syncing it to the media, and then licensing is where essentially the rights and the money comes into play. So say blah 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 company is like, we like your song, they have to pay you for the rights to use it in whatever way, shape, or form, whether it's forever, whether it's 3 weeks, 6 months. Sometimes we do a 4-week Instagram campaign. They got to pay you for it. And that's just what it is. They're syncing it to the places it needs to be, and they have to pay you for that.
All right, bet. And Clark, I know you said you got put on by your boy.
Brett Ingram. At the time, he was at Universal, and then he gave me a situation where I had to learn how to. First, I had to learn what syncing was and what the license was. I already knew I had the license to my music, but I didn't know how to actually sell the rights to it for certain periods or ownership levels until I kind of started getting more placement. So,
Clark, you came in traditionally.
Yeah, I really did. I came in traditionally, but I did, and this is like, I know it's been like over 15 years ago when I did my first sync. It was with CBS. This was a record that you probably barely can find. You have to dig. This record is on a CBS original movie with, I was a feature artist with DJ Dap. And this was a movie, this sync situation came from my man TJ Chapman. That's how long we've been working together in this business. So, yeah, man, this was from CBS. It was a movie called Sharing the Secret, I believe. But it was like a movie about high school and bullying and mental illness and things like that. And this was like early 2000s. So, or late. Yeah, it was around that time. But yeah, man, you can dig the record. I mean, the movie up is called Sharing the Secret. But that was how we got into it back then, and we still didn't know everything about it. You know, what I mean, we just taking the upfront bread.
Right.
We didn't know, and so now now I got into it more. Then I'm understanding, you know, of what was left on the table, what can be left on the table, from your mechanicals and all that stuff like that. Yeah, bro. So. With me, even now, I've already worked out like a situation with, I know you heard the company Linktr.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a partnership with Linktr. It's not so much of a placement, but it's more of a partnership. So I get to release like my own packs with loops, with live raw drums and stuff like that. So it's just something fun to keep going that turns into placements. Because now you can, if you're another producer or creator, you can take those packs, put them on top of something you have, and then hey, go your way with a placement. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And what has been the difference? You said, so you got first placement, like, early 2000s versus now, what I mean, where it's more digital and do it from your phone as opposed to having to probably have to send it in. You can literally send it a tape. So, like, what's the difference between then and now?
Man, then you had to have, back then, the A&R DJs. DJs were more like A&Rs or junior A&R who would give it to A&R. Then that A&R would give it to another A&R, which is like a VP or somebody. So now it's so, social media, bro, we can directly, because I tell a lot of artists and producers and creators to build relationships, use the internet, use Instagram, get into the DMs of creators and people who create playlists, A&Rs, DJs, and build those relationships. And so now it could be a direct-to-consumer, just like, directly to the, the A&R, build those relationships. Absolutely. Like what I did when I went to LA and Atlanta and just spent time, knocking on those doors. Want to open, we just knock on the next door. Right. Continuing and just building your own platform and catalog. Right. Continually, though.
Which is important. That's the big goal.
So what you want to do is, so you just don't make one song and think you're going to push this one song. You actually want to make like...
And obviously you're going to continuously push records. I always tell people the best artists in the world, I promise y'all Drake is putting $1 million aside to promote his first couple songs. He's not just
$1 million.
Yeah, I'm obviously more, but like I tell people all the time, like sometimes if I can, like you got to push some old records because you got to just, with a catalog and its value, is how much money these songs can make for you while you're going to sleep. Not just how good your rollout was when it was hot.
Right.
Can you still make money for it? Even if it's $10, you making $10, yeah, guess what? That's adding to the value of whatever your song, and that's a blessing. You really made something from scratch. Obviously, you put money towards it, but that's so important. So I always tell people, like, that catalog is crazy. It was actually a unique opportunity I did for the Florida Agriculture Department here, where I had to make Fresh from Florida Crops campaign for Allison Tant, Representative Allison Tant. They reached out to me, and when I tell y'all, it was so hard because I had to figure out how to get the rights to it because it's gonna be featured on the Super Bowl, but also like for my services, I didn't really know how to like make it work. But we came up to a really dope agreement and what's crazy is they gave me the lyrics. They just wanted me, and I'm still writer and a life because they just wanted my likeness and everything. But man, I had a. You can look it up on YouTube. I had to rap about grapes, tomatoes, horticulture, hemp. I don't know how I did it, but they were so impressed that I was able to rap. They just listed a whole bunch of things they had, and I still found my way to have the rights to that, and it got displayed all over the world. And little things like that adds to your catalog. Like people just had to see those works.
That's crazy to make me think, because you think about, I guess in a traditional sense, you rap, you want to keep it real. I want to talk about what I went through, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you get out of that mode of, I got to write about my experiences to, I can rap about tomatoes and grapes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you get out of that mode to get yourself to basically write about any and everything?
So I'm just a songwriter at heart in general. Mm-hmm. He could tell you, like, I can write I can stay in that mode of I want to write about my experiences, but I can also write an assignment because it's another experience and another point of view, even if it's some nonsense. Like, I promise you, if we use the rest of this interview he said we're gonna write a song about an orange and we had to make that thing fire, we can make it happen. Because that's the creativity though. I have too much in me and I'm just built like that. You just have to. But sometimes you hit a block. But today, as a person who's still prominent in sync, I'm still writing about what I'm going through and what I want to get off. And you kind of have to know the balance. That's it. Mm. And sometimes you do things for back, sometimes you don't. It depends on where your heart is. But I'm an assignment guy. You give me an assignment, tell me rap about summer, we can make it happen.
This is one of my guys that I pull out whenever I'm doing writing sessions, especially here in Tallahassee. I mean, he's one that we did at Goldie Sound. He was one of my one of my quarterbacks while we were doing it.
I'm always here to throw for you, man. I got you.
And having that space and being able to connect, that's all important too, working with other creators who you can have a comfortable space and someone who you can push the thresh with and can go there. So if we want to write an R&B record and have a strong R&B record, I know I could team up with him. Then if we need to write some bars, we need a Drizzy record, we could go that way. Or if we want to go pop, we can go that way. You know what I mean? And all that type of stuff is important to me because I love going in those directions. Yeah. I don't want to just stay in the trap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to go on the dance floor, and if need be, if we need to go trap it out, we trap it out. Yeah. Or if not, then we could go we could go choral, we could go gospel, we could go funk, or however you want to go.
Right.
We want to create that space, and that's what's so fun about it, being able to get in that space and be open and create.
I got something to add to that too. Yeah. Because this is just me going a little off the rails, but like, you gotta love to do music and write.
Yeah, man.
Do not come up in here like there's a lot of people in your hometown cities around you who they get entitled about what's happening with songs, and I'm doing something currently about that. And I'm like, if I signed something and I told you this is a fixed amount, this is what we're doing, and we write 1 million songs. It only take 1 of the million songs, bro. Yeah. Like, that's all it takes. You got to love to write. You got to love to just do it. There's so many companies that I've partnered with and wrote 20 songs in a week for, and none happened from, but I still got a great relationship. And sometimes we get a bag from something that we don't even care about 20 songs, and I still got that in the back pocket. And I always tell people, you got to understand, don't ever think that someone owes you a placement. It's not up to them. They just got to submit what we got. Keep working it out. And sometimes you get better chemistry the more time you put in. It's just so many people like, we didn't. I'm like, it's not my fault. Yeah, they didn't rock with the song. Listen, we still got it though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's crazy.
Let's keep going. But people don't want to be in studio or writing every day. Like they say they do online. You see it on Twitter, but they're not really writing songs.
I'm really about this love and hip hop. It's like, they're
not writing songs every day. And I have problems with that sometimes too. But I still got to force yourself to write and come up with concepts. You know?
That's what it's about though, because this thing, at the level you say writers and artists say they want to create it, right? It's like the NBA. You know what I mean? I heard, we was talking about this earlier with someone, and I was telling them about, I heard this A&R talking to this producer, saying the producer was asking, he was an indie producer asking how can he work with this production team. They're in the industry, they have a deal with Atlantic and all of that, and the A&R was saying, are you dedicated? Are you willing to show up every day unapologetically when you're sick, when you don't feel like writing, when you don't feel like turning on the machine, and do it consistently, then you're ready to perform and create with us. Right. He said, until you can answer that to yourself and you're not ready to do that at that level, then you're not ready to compete at this level. Yeah. If that makes sense.
And a lot of people consider him or me, other people who's at that space. A lot of professionals who do amazing things in the city are here, and a lot of people want things, and it's like, I hear excuses all, and I get it, I understand, and I know people don't like the word excuses, But like, there's a lot of messed up stuff going on, and I just got to a place where I was blessed to be in LA and be in that space and learn. But now here they think I'm some means. Oh, Bachi don't. It's like, no, you don't have what. Like, you're not actually serious about this. Like, I'm sorry that your cat got hit by a car. I really, I'm gonna send you gifts and I'll buy you a new cat. But right now, we have a deadline. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets, it's just music. I'm like, for you, but for me, this is my lifestyle, my job. Right. So when you're full time and you're doing this at that level, you have to treat it like you're in the office. Like that's really what it is. So a lot of times, like he said, you have to know who's really about that. A lot of people say they about it. That first month come by, they don't feel like they get enough hype or clout or traction. I don't really feel like it's going anywhere. And then right when they leave, the big thing hits, and you be like,
I have to admit, bro, even not to cut you off, even me, when I built my first, well, not first, but one of my strong relationships that I had with an A&R in Atlanta, the Atlantic Records, I was sending her records, and she was like, it's dope. Give me some more. You know, this was in the beginning of our relationship, so this has been 5 years ago. But now, but moving along with it, I would get disencouraged. And I was like, hey, man, she ain't feeling the records. Is it not strong enough? She said, no, these records are dope, but they're not what we want right now. You know what I mean? But don't stop sending the records. Right. You know what I mean?
Something may
just because this isn't the one today, we wake up tomorrow,
it might be the one.
That's the one. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So all of that has to be in your mind as a creator and as a writer, producer, or whatever, even with the sync and placements, because they always told me, don't chase placements.
Okay.
It's hard to tell a songwriter and a producer to not, but that's the idea. You don't want to chase it. We do the record, we record it, we mix it, we check it, go to the next one. We send it, go to the next one.
If there's a brief,
we send it, go to the next one.
The next one.
Yeah, man. It's out of here.
Instead of trying to chase it and send 18 songs on one thing, I promise you, you do 100 briefs, and one pick you up, you're going to have the energy to do another 1,000.
Right. So what's a brief?
Go right ahead.
A brief is just basically like here's your mission log. But no, if you go online you find, say Pepsi has a brief out, it'll say, Pepsi, summertime for campaign around these months. This is what we're looking for. Style, like maybe some artists, genre, and then they want to make sure you mention these things. Usually for commercial spots or the intense brief. So it'll be like Pepsi again, pop, family, whatever. They want to use those hot words, and then when you read that brief, you essentially have, if you don't have them things in it, they're not going to even consider a song. Like, you better have what they have in that
those
brief.
things at least. Yeah. And then you want to add your flavor. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. You can add your own flavor, but the instrumentation got to be as well, as on point as well. You can't just go in there and if they ask for Black Eyed Peas 2008 and not Black Eyed Peas now. Don't send them Black Eyed Peas now. You better send them Black Eyed Peas based off the song that they send you on the brief. A lot of people kind of mix up eras of different artists and get mad and get picked up. I'm like, well, you doing Spanish Black Eyed Peas now when they want boom boom pow. Right. So I was telling you need to. That's why you get picked up. But yeah, a brief is just a detailed explanation of what they need.
What they looking for. Okay.
Yeah, it just gives you, like you're saying, a complete breakdown. Because I get mine in different places. I know he's get his in different. You can get them by searching. You know, with one of the perks with my publishing deal with Centric Music is I get about 5 briefs every other week. So they're coming in like that, and then I go through them. And if I got something already in my catalog, I'll send it through. If it's something that's fresh that can be cooked up, you know what I mean? Then we'll cook it up to see if we can hit the target. And if not, like I said, we just go to the next one. Yep. We don't lose no sleep over it.
Yep.
Okay, bet. Now, you also mentioned, too, that you can have joints in the catalog that you had probably made 2-3 years ago,
10 years ago.
You can go back and be like, okay, this will fit this. So that's why you continue producing, because you never know when that's going to come back.
Like he was saying, a lot of times, and even a lot of other producers will tell you, a lot of times placements that come through, people will get from beats that they did 4 and 5 years ago, and that's their break. It's not the one that they keep holding on to, trying to get everybody to hear. Check this pack out. This the pack. And then you sitting on a pack that may sound dated to you.
It sounds commercial.
But the world hasn't even heard it. So a lot of artists suffer from that. They tell me, oh, man, I did that record 4 or 5 years ago, but no one's heard it but you.
Right.
And the best part about what you can do with sync as well, which we already explained, but we're doing a situation where, and this is a leak low-key, but the next song we're rolling out with the group that we're developing is already going to potentially get placed before we even submit for for the DSPs. So sometimes you can just get the license to use it before you even put it out. Yeah. And you might be able to get hyped for it before you even get it, or check for it to help you with your rollout. Right. And people already are aware of it. And I'm always telling people, no, I want to wait till it comes. okay, you can wait till it come out, but you never know what that thing can do for you. A lot of people don't know that one song who broke records in sync. The "Ooh, I'm a rebel, just a kick." That song came out like, what was it, 15, 12 years ago? Like a long time ago. And that song changed their life, and they made so much money that they all just retired. Like, they're chilling, and that song came out so long ago.
I love hearing stories like that.
It just got picked up once. They kept some in his hands on all these different breeds, and now
stories like that.
Ooh, I'm a rebel, just a kick.
And I know that too. That's what's crazy. Like,
you know what I'm talking about, because every commercial,
right?
A bag.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, bro.
Actually, you know what? Golly, yeah, we already ate all that time, so we're gonna go ahead. We finna get into this quick what's it? Tokyo joint.
And Tokyo, shout out Tokyo, man. Tokyo.ExtraOrdinaire.
Oh man, wait. I know she ain't watching, but Mackenzie, I love you too, baby. My baby just texted me out the blue. Man. Oh man. All right, yeah, we gotta go because I'm gonna cry.
Don't do that.
All right, this is Ballin from Tokyo.ExtraOrdinaire. We'll be right back. My man Bachi, my man Bakari Vashon. This is the Enigma Sept, our podcast. You got time, baby.
Ballin', get it, ballin', ballin', winning, ballin', ballin', get it, ballin', ballin', winning, ballin', going crazy, man. I really check the scoreboard. Been too busy scoring more, been too busy coming for everything that's for me. Not a penny short, 'cause God said so. Tunnel vision got me feeling like what's an obstacle. Man, I think they don't walk up something. I think they done started something. Never been one to stay the same. That's how I keep it jumping. So all I need is my slide the whole damn cake. I put these cities on my back and then the whole damn state. I ballin', 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 winning, ballin', 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 winning, ballin', 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 blow out, ballin', it's about to feel, ballin', ballin', blow out, ballin', get ready, we about to show out, ballin', Zane, who you rollin' with? Push your limit, can you push it? Can you play the win? Never fall for the hype, never fall for the lights. You could call it time out, just don't never call it quits. Zane, who you rollin' with? Push your limit, can you push it? Can you play the win? Never fall for the hype, never fall for the lights. You could call it time out, just don't never call it quits. All I do is win, all I do is ball. All I do is show up with my back against the wall. All I do is win, all I do is ball. All I do is show up with my back against the wall. I ball, it's about to be blow out. Ballin', I ball, it's about to be all I do is win, it's about to be blow out. Ballin', I ball, get ready, we back to show out. Ballin',
All right, boom, and we back. It's your boy Enigma Sept. This is the Enigma Sept, our podcast. We just heard my girl Tokyo.ExtraOrdinaire with Ballin'. Just out to the dub. And I just lost my notes. Got my man Bachi.
Yeah,
Bachi. That Bachi joint dope me up for the rest of the night.
Let me thinking about it.
And my man Bakari Vashon, which I got a god brother named Bakari, so.
Oh yeah, that's a great guy.
Off top, it's gonna be love because warm fuzzy feelings. Yeah, we here talking about sync placement, sync licensing, and man, if you listen to the recorded version, just go back to it. If you listen to the live version, you missed that. Definitely go back to the and rewatch this episode because yeah, just a lot of information, a lot of knowledge about getting these placements, how to get these placements, the avenues that Dave went through with getting these placements. Man, I've been doing this thing for 20 plus years off top. So yeah, man, it's very important. So as I look for my AI notes,
Yeah, get those notes, bro.
Ain't go front. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Honest hour. Yeah. So it's last night trying to get my notes together. I'm like, all right, I gotta do some research, whatever. Watch some YouTube videos, try to get some pointed questions for y'all. Even I knew we can just vibe, but I was like, no, let me get my Dan Rather on.
Go right ahead.
And then I was like, you know what? Man, let me go on this AI, bro. Give me 15 questions to ask about sync license. Oh, snap. Okay. I'm free for the rest of the night then, because
That's crazy, bro.
Work smarter, not harder.
Facts.
All right. Shoot, I think we already talked about this low key about upcoming artists and what they can do to get on.
We can go over that.
You want to go that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can, yeah. But
Like, yeah. So let's say you got new artists, fresh out the scene, and they're like, "Yo, I did a couple of joints, you know what I'm saying, a couple of songs or whatever, but I'm really trying to get into the sync as opposed to the traditional rap album, rap song route. How can I jumpstart into this path of a career?"
Got you. So I'll start on that just because I have some stuff in my head I
Go
got to
right
get
ahead.
off. So one thing I'm a Virgo, so I be telling folks like, you know, use your brain sometimes. But
Both of y'all Virgos?
No.
no.
I was shouting out my cousin.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
2.
Nah, literally, man. Like I always tell people, the first thing you can do, and I know it's annoying people say this, just Google what sync licensing is, and then sync licensing agency.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised, like, even though not everybody gonna get back to you, agencies, it doesn't hurt them to check out what you got going on, because they're just trying to find more music to get their ownership of, to help get on placements. But there are so many sync creators now to where it's easy. You can just go online. There's sync artists who did so well that they become agents.
Yeah.
Literally, one off top, Eric makes music. He's awesome. He has a website where he sends briefs all the time, and he doesn't do them all. He's just giving them out for free platform, and he just gives it out, and he just wants a little percentage out of it. You know?
Of course.
There's a lot of people like that who are just giving their opportunities out. You can go on Taxi to start, Broad Jam to start. You know,
I'm going to give
those
y'all
things.
a couple before we get out of here.
Oh, yeah,
too.
for sure. Music Bed is doing this thing right now. If you with United Masters, they do a lot of
United
opportunities
Masters,
where that's how I got my first hot placement for 2K, and that Beats by Dre. We got a lot of placement, and they just keep doing it. And I haven't dropped a while with them, like years, and they still pushing it because I'm renewing the contract because they're doing their job. They're gonna get that money. So I always tell people, just look up agencies. Silverside is a good one. I did a lot of stuff with them. So literally, even major labels, you'll be surprised if you submit to them with different records. You have 10 songs that seem like it makes sense for something.
Yeah.
They might look into it. They might give you a check for it all, or they might be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. So just be attacking and vigilant. Don't just sit and be like, I need to look it up. Like every day you should be submitting to something. I promise you somebody will bite.
That reminded me of a clip I saw of Vince Staples on Drink Champs, and he was just like, he made a whole album where 80% of it was made for sync.
Yeah.
I promise you he already had a deal written out for it.
Yeah, he said he already had the money. He's like, one placement paid for the budget for that whole album.
Yes, sir.
So it was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
So-
man. And not only that, man, but doing it just like you say, do it, but also researching, making Google your friend, and looking up sync supervisors. I mean, you could even go as far as checking out, just watching TV and waiting till the credits pop up, bro, old-fashionedly, and look up who the music supervisor was.
Right.
And go ahead and then look them up in Google, or look them up in LinkedIn, or look them up on IG, straight like that, and then jump in the DM.
Absolutely.
I just gave you one.
Boom.
And
Gems.
shout out Luke out there. Hit him up.
Yeah, man.
We're doing a lot of major placements, especially for Universal. He's always looking for awesome artists, and he's always giving me. And the producer I named earlier, Brett Engel. They're
gave
just
you another one.
these guys are producers. These guys they're looking for artists.
Right.
They make the beats. So
Yeah, bro.
that's it.
Like, so here's another joint. It's probably be a 2-part. So what are some of the legal and I'm gonna add financial pitfalls that one should look out for when it gets down to sync licensing?
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, maybe financial pitfalls if you get picked up. I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm not trying to be there.
No, go ahead.
Like, I obviously have a lawyer or some sort to look over what you got going on and make sure you agree to the terms. But after you agree to those, I'm always somebody. There ain't no bad deal if you sign it. in my opinion. Like you better read the terms and agree with it. So usually it can go from different placements. You can decide if you want a big check up front and less on the back end, or you want a lot more on the back end. It might not do. Sometimes you got to watch and see if it's going to be a Netflix movie or a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
Which one you want to, you know what I'm saying? Those type of things you got to think about. But outside of pitfalls, really, like, if you want to put extra money into pushing it while it's being synced, you know what I'm saying? That's just going to be money out your pocket. But to me, it's not really that many pitfalls, but it is harder to do. And you got to be willing to do it, because a lot of people think it's corny and don't. Nah. Yeah. Right. A lot of people just be like, nah, I ain't making songs for it. If it get picked up, it get picked up. I'm like, cool. All right. Yeah. But most of these songs that your favorite artist doing, be for sync. It's just they don't tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They end up in a movie or a campaign somewhere all the time. Mm-hmm. You're right, bro.
He's better with the legal pitfalls, though. You know what I'm saying? I know he had more battles than I had. I'm having my fair share right now. But
hey, man, I had friends who took bad deals, and thank God that I never had to. Thank God that I knew terms and contracts to stay away from. Yeah. Perpetuity is one I tell anybody all over, everywhere I go. It doesn't matter if it's a 360 deal, a one-off deal, or upscale deal, which is what they got going on now. The upscale deals.
What's an upscale deal?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yes, sir.
An upscale deal is like this new thing, right? Since we're on it, that majors are doing. So basically, they'll go start like a playlister, or they'll start like a small company that's under the umbrella. Mm-hmm. Like Warner has one called Level, which they introduced to me. I'm not, co-signing them or anything like that, but it's supposed to be a small label for indie artists. They'll put you under that, give you distribution. If your record hits a 250,000 streams and then threshes up to 500,000, then they will make you a flagship artist as a single on that particular record. And if it goes further than that, then they'll go ahead and sign the record to Warner. That's a flagship. Yeah. So it's a whole bunch of these popping up now since Spotify and everyone is curating these, because a lot of times artists don't realize that these labels own these. Somebody told me labels even own like up to 20% of Spotify now. So they're cutting all these little pathways.
They all have a hand in it.
Everybody's hand is in it. And that's so crazy. That's why the artists can barely make a living. If you're trying to do it off of streams alone, then you might as well.
Right.
Nobody legally, in my opinion, legally should have their face on the app when they release the album.
Exactly.
Now, if your algorithm feeds it to you because you're a fan of Drake, love Drake, that's my guy. But like, I remember he dropped Scorpion and his face was on every platform. I'm like, that's cheating.
Right, yeah, come on. It's telling you right there. Like, it goes back to what you said, because people don't realize. I think Sony said they were spending $19 million just to promote Beyonce. That's what they're spending on her marketing. So it takes $19 million, to market one song for Beyonce worldwide, so they can make $50 million back.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine you having to do that as an independent artist, trying to, if you've got goals and you've got something you're trying to reach. So how much are you willing to spend? Yeah. You can't complain and say, well, damn, I ain't even making $500 on my Spotify a month.
Right.
Well, are you marketing at least $350?
Right.
And are you doing campaigns? Are you running ads on any of these records or your videos or content? If you ain't doing none of that, then you can't really complain and say you ain't getting that back. You know what I mean? Because this is the only business where you have to give it something.
Give in, to get it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to.
And then it's only going to give you what you give you back. Right. That makes sense.
No fact.
And stay consistent.
And you gotta stay consistent, man.
A fact.
You jump out the double dutch.
It's gonna be hard to jump back in. Corbin Blue, first 30 minutes of that movie, man. I'm telling you, just like that.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. I just knew that from the pod.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people jump in. We're gonna do this podcast.
Yeah, all right.
I've been here 15 years, 16. This ain't no joke.
Because, man,
not no
I think
joke.
Rick Ross said one time because I know Ross was, since he was independent coming through North Florida, when they was doing the po' boy thing, this was when he was just on Slip and Slide. But I watched him.
That's how the E-Class made me change my name.
Oh, for Sheezy.
Not for real, though, man. He did.
But those guys, were consistently. Yeah. And Ross, I think there's an interview with him saying how for 15 years he didn't make a dime
right.
off of his music. So if you're not in this business and you're willing to work at it for 15 years and not make a dime, then this maybe not be for you.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now because, I mean, this thing has to be in you and not like a T-shirt that you just put on and take off and wash and put it back on again when you're ready. It didn't work like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know.
All right, bet. I want to that last question because we almost
Go ahead, bro.
out of here, but I'm trying. I think we already did that. I guess this is more to Bakari. I guess we can go 5 years too. How has the demand for rap music, in particular, in commercials, films, and TV shows, evolved in the past decade, or let's say the past 5 years?
Got you.
I would say it's evolved tremendously because rap at this point, has its own subgenres now.
Right.
You've got a type of trap. You got a type of soul trap. Right? You know what I mean? You've got funk trap.
Yeah.
I mean, all this is coming out of hip-hop music. Then you got rap. Well, what's the difference between rap and hip-hop? You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to answer all those questions. But, I think it's great to evolve. I think it's dope to mix up your own formula of it, and because it's for somebody somewhere else.
Yeah.
It might not even be for me because I've got my own era. And then there's artists that I like, today. But, it's evolved into a great thing for placements and content because everything is content-based now.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm still
So-
trying to identify if some of these songs still rap or not. You know what I'm saying? So when they say rap, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Can I
Go
mention
ahead.
another genre?
Yeah.
And some of it made me mad because I know people only doing it because they're trying to get that sync check. But at the same time, it's a growing. It's not. It's been massive, but the Christian music industry,
man.
obviously country, but Christian music, especially Christian rap.
Yeah.
Chill, cause they like I tried to
taking
put out a
over,
Christian
man.
rap
Like,
album.
No, there's people.
Not like I didn't try to put out a Christian rap
Safe
album. But
lane
go
for some
ahead.
Yeah, and some people and they don't even mention God. It just
Exactly.
Be, I say my life is I do it on.
That's the only thing
whatever.
I hate about it. I mean, don't be trying to use my God as a spare tire.
Yeah,
Right.
and then their next song be some nonsense, but they getting them placements, and I'm like, listen, people trying to hop in that space and they want to cling on to it for that check, and a
made
lot
me
of people are
think
doing
about,
it. They seen Lecrae and Andy Mineo coming in hot, literally. Now everybody
That
trying to
song
mimic that.
popped. That was crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like I've been a fan of Anime.
Congratulations too, right? With
What?
that with Lecrae.
Yeah, that one and
But coming in hot, like my wife started singing that joint.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
what
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
going
No,
crazy.
like ain't gonna front. I love Andy Mineo. Like my last project was basically his Neverland project
Yeah.
remade. I didn't attempt
he
to
paid
do
his
it.
dues, man. Any artist that paid their dues, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I was,
on, man.
but after I put it out, I'm like,
You gonna pay him.
I basically remade his album. But anyway,
Facts.
but yeah, but that's how I felt. Like I made that album, and then it was like I was still on top for like.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I was like, I don't know if I
He
can.
said he was at Disney World. He said,
I don't know if I can really say, but at the time, but before then, because what happened was when I was working on the project before then, Tales of a College Grad, nothing. Like I had really fell into like Christian hip hop.
Yeah.
Plus Kiki shared joint she had dropped. But yeah, I had discovered Lecrae and Mineo, Cho Baraka. Like I was like,
Tadashi, shout
I
out
was
Trip Lee.
Right, I was Trip Lee. Yeah, I was just eating it up. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I love this. I need to do something like it. But I was working on the other project, and it was dark. It was a really dark project. So it was really crazy to be writing this dark project while I'm feeding myself this Christian hip hop that was like dope.
Absolutely.
And so when I decided to do my second project, I'm like, okay, now I'm finna go into this. But then also too at the same time, I'm in top for like 2 drinks. Trying to rub on something. It's just like, bruh, you really gonna sit here and make gospel songs? So I did it. And one song in particular, Never Come Down. Shouts out to Tarif Knockout and
Shout out
my man
Tarif.
YT. But yeah, that really was the only like song on there that was like really like I actually mentioned God and talk about like praying and all this other stuff. The other songs were more so just basically like light hip hop.
Yeah.
Decided not to use any profanity. That was the key thing too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was.
It's hard.
Hope my daddy was a preacher.
Gotta
Hope
hit
that
his
Hey
counts.
man, I come out of a church. I come out of church background myself. That's how I got started into music. Period. Just being a drummer in church.
Yep.
And then touring with professional gospel artists, and then making money as a drummer. What made me think like, oh, I can actually do this as a career.
Word.
So people get paid to do this all the time. Like, yeah. So that's
consistent ones.
Yeah, consistent. And so I got into it like that. And then, just being a part of hip hop, as a drummer, I'm like, hey man, I can play that too. Next thing you know, I'm doing gospel, hip hop, country, rock, funk, all of that. So now I'm just a student of all of it.
Right.
So, it's normal to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So some people I know it makes them feel uncomfortable. So with me, I just lean wherever we're going. So we're going this way,
But just know, the next project gonna be a rock album.
All right.
New metal.
I got
Taking
some
it back
rock
to new
songs
metal.
I can play
Let's
y'all.
get it.
After this, when the camera off, y'all be like, okay. Listen, I got a rock alter ego. That's
Trying to tell you, taking back Linkin Park.
Yeah.
There we go.
Linkin
It's my
Park
fault
days.
hanging out with KLTP
Incubus.
though, man. They got me doing.
All right, I got one last question, and we'll get up out of here. Make sure I found it. Yeah, just excellent. Again, shout out to AI. They took over the world. So, future outlook. How do you guys see the future of sync licensing for rap music, and are there any emerging markets or new opportunities on the horizon?
Okay, I was watching the Barbie movie, and I'm learning that they're opening and breaking a lot of doors and rules for rap. And I remember I was watching this whole movie. It felt like this PG film, and then I'm hearing this like explicit Nicki Minaj Barbie, which I love. I love.
Yeah.
But I was sitting here, I was like, oh, they're breaking doors. As long as you get the feeling, rap. One thing about rap is no other genre can get you feeling like somebody else so fast.
No.
You can feel with someone in another genre, but feel like people say they want about French Montana. That way me get a bag, and he's getting sick just as much. And songs like, was it Sunflower? With no, that's not his song, but Sway Lee.
That was Trey Lee.
Sway Lee's right.
Yeah.
Still to this day,
Yeah,
one of
that's-
the top
it's
search songs
crazy.
because
Right.
of the placement, and he
Right.
don't got to drop a song ever again. But I see that sync.
record
I
is
see
next.
more sync companies being like, okay, we don't need to be such a hardly attainable thing anymore.
Yes.
Because now we have access to so many different catalogs and people, which is not a bad thing. I tell people, don't be scared of that. Like companies, they want to place you and help you.
Yeah.
They just need a piece of it. That's how they stay afloat. But
To be
like Music Bed and all these other things that are now on your phone, you can just submit your song, submit your rights, submit
Yeah,
everything, and
that's
now they're just
crazy.
letting you know what they're going to go get it placed on.
They've even
That's the
got
outscope,
what's
man.
the new
It's
thing
gonna be
called
really
fan
dope.
label?
Yeah.
Fan labels out now where you can basically have a fantasy label as a customer, and then you can basically sign artists, indie artists, to your imaginary label.
So you playing around, but yet you still doing.
These songs are charting.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're charting.
They're charting. You know what I mean? Before we get out of here, I just want to give out any right quick. I made some notes right quick, and I'm going to give like 4 or 5 companies where if you're a songwriter or producer and you're looking to get into sync, you can look up right now DL Music. You can hit up Audio Network. You can hit up North Star Media and In the Groove. These are all companies that do sync. And sync placement, so get on there, register, have your pros and all that stuff ready. I'm big on that. Y'all know how I get out.
And Lyric House.
And Lyric House, you know what I mean? Like for real. So get you just split sheets in order, have your pros ready, and take off.
And know what the difference between composition and publishing is.
Yes.
So y'all don't go up in there giving out 50% to somebody that wrote something on publishing because you don't know the difference, and then they come and talk about where we fit into this, and like right here, and they're like, that's not where we supposed to go.
Yeah,
Make sure you
man.
know the differences because they will be like, nah, we just rather not deal with it, even if it's a song they want. A lot of people in the label industry will just wipe their hands on something if it's too difficult to deal with. So have your paperwork in order.
Okay, bet. So before we get up out of here, if you want to, guys, let people know, A, how they can find you online, and B, what can they expect from you next 6 months to a year? Outside of, well, because we know what you're going to be doing for the next 6 months. But
Man, I got 2 twins coming, but other than that, still recording music, cooking up a new pack with Lander, about to release. Yeah, man. So we're still doing that. We're still submitting. We got something coming in Tallahassee. It's called Sunday Vibes, where we're about to put together a DJ drummer shed, and we'll be opening up in Tallahassee for other musicians to set in and shed. So if you got a record you want to share, we'll play it. We'll chop it up with the DJ and the drummer. Yeah, man, we're just gonna be having fun. You can reach me on social media at Bakari Vashon. Also, you can hit me on Facebook, same thing, at Bakari Vashon or Bakari Hines. But yeah, man, y'all can give me a follow, whatever, keep up what's going on. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, I got a little list, if that's okay with you. It's going to be
Go
quick,
ahead.
though.
You got it.
Listen, y'all know to find me. OMG is Bachi on everything. You can find me on Xbox, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you got. OMG is Bachi for me personally. Also, if you want to learn more about what we talked about, sync, publishing, music business, songwriting, anything, we're running the Institute of Music Business. Yeah. We're doing that. That's on Adams Road over by Railroad Square. We're teaching kids, adults to get in the industry.
I got to check you out.
Yeah, come through. It's phenomenal, man.
Where you at now, yeah?
Say it again?
Where is that?
It's over by Old Lemonade. If you know.
Okay, okay. Nice.
Right across from
Nice.
Proof, and
Got
we
you.
just finished our first camp. We got some 9-year-old kids with some. You'll love some of these
Yeah,
kids.
man,
They
I wanna check it
professional
out.
drummers at this point.
Nice.
We got them learning Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, Ableton, everything. They know how to do split sheets. They're doing a whole rollout. We got a show. We're
Man.
teaching these kids the business. We already got some people at Sony and other places trying to intern some of the 18-year-olds coming out. Like already, we're
Nice.
teaching you the business, not just how to make it, but how to market it and push it. The 4 Ps: publishing, promotion, performance, and whatever the other one is, 'cause my brain's empty. But y'all know the drill.
Yeah,
and
I
then
know.
the last one is, y'all check out Close Company, Close Collect. That's my new creative agency that we're running, and we got a lot of artists and groups, a lot of people with majors, a lot of independent artists. We're changing the game. We're about to show people what you can do in a city like Tallahassee, other small places.
Word.
And the Music Collective is killing it. Watch out for us soon, and we're gonna be on point. Y'all follow us. If y'all gonna follow anything, follow that. We need that. So tap in, close, man. Let's make it happen.
All right, yo. I appreciate y'all boys, man.
Man, appreciate you for having me.
Like, for real, this is why I do the pod.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Try to give education through entertainment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I honestly, like I said, once I came across, I was talking to Bachi. He was putting me on game about sync placement, and I was just like,
In the mix, right?
yeah,
it
in
was
the
your
mix.
Goldie sound.
Yeah, and it was just like,
That's where it's at, bro.
you know what I mean? Because for years, you know, I've been this thing a little bit less than Bakari. Started back in like 01.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Started in my cousin room, you know what I'm saying, trying to make songs or whatever. And yeah, like we thought it was just traditional, put songs out and hope some A&R hear your song and then sign you to a 5-album label. I mean, 5-album deal. You know what I mean? So for like the past 23 years, thinking that was the case, but then to see like this whole, I won't say whole new world because it's been here for a minute, but just the opportunities open up, especially with digital media, and social media, and this, that, and the third. So it's just like, oh snap! Like I think a lot more people need to understand that you don't have to focus on the traditional, and just know that there's different pockets you can do.
Yeah, you don't have to sell your soul to do this.
You don't.
Exactly.
You really don't.
Exactly. So
No dirty parties.
Yo, because a lot of people did that.
Man.
Still doing
Unfortunately.
it. They don't care. Diddy party's still alive.
Yo, say.
We finna get flagged,
Yo,
yo.
I was about to say something wild. I was about to say something wild. Yo, anywho. But yeah, man. So do the research. Put in the work.
Yep.
Consistently. You gotta put in work. You know what I mean? But yo, check out these other avenues you can go.
Yeah.
And maybe you will get that traditional dream that you think you're gonna have, or you can get it and live comfortable, man. Because honestly, for me, me being in this game, that's all I wanted.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people I would have rather been gang star than MC Hammer.
No facts.
You know what I mean? Like I would rather give me a consistent career over time. You know what I mean? Where I got a loyal base versus being super famous and popular, whatever. Yeah. So this is a way where you can do the music and also compensate yourself properly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Be honest.
I guarantee you, we're living just as comfortable as you want to live than if you signed a 360 deal.
Absolutely.
Word.
Oh,
You can sleep
I'll be real.
really
scary
well
knowing-
right now, rather than taking a 360
It's
deal. I'm
scary.
telling you, I sleep and live just as better. I'm telling you.
Right.
There's a lot of people who think I'm lying to them when I tell them, like,
No.
I've had offers on the table
Of
where
course.
the people in Thailand can tell you it's labels, major, small. I'm not hating. I always tell people, do what you know you can handle.
Yep.
I got to a point where I love making music, but, like, I am so happy. I could be offered $2 million a day. Just,
Control, bro. Freedom.
There's certain things in that kind of, I'm like, I
Freedom.
don't think I have the energy and the want or the
Yeah.
comfort to even do some of these things.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it at my own pace,
There you
and
go.
also help other people who do have. There's people who I know who got the energy and the attitude and the energy. They go do that, and
Yep.
I
Right.
sleep like a baby. But at the same time, you need your friend, a good support system, because when you are in this line, you can't make it consistent. You got to be at it every day. You got to
Yep.
always be on the phone. You gotta always be writing.
Yep.
You kind of can lose it a little bit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Right.
not because you're going crazy. It's just that that's all it is for you. Like,
Yep.
I promise you, me and Bakari would die tomorrow. We'll be happy with what we've been doing.
Of course.
Just being on the journey. But sometimes you need a support system, because technically I'm in sabbatical right now. I'm not even supposed to be on nothing right now, but we made it happen. It was supposed to be next week.
I
but
appreciate
we
it.
out.
I appreciate
but
it, bro.
Just got to have
Right,
a good support
right,
system
right.
and make sure you know what the dream is, and don't settle for jack squat, because trust me, there's the people that's looking at you that has a stable life or those deals, and they looking at us and they're like,
Man.
I'd rather go that route.
For sure.
Like, at least even if they ain't hit it, they happy and they making it happen, and that's the best thing you can ask for. So
That's for sure.
All right, bet. So, I mean, with that, yo, that's it. Yo, shouts out to AD.
Shout
Coming
out to
through.
AD.
man, come on, man.
Go.
Goldie
Big AD.
Sound Studios, man. Goldie Sound Studios.
Big AD,
Thank you
man.
very much.
man,
Of course, big shout out
AD.
to my parts, Mikey in the building. You know what I mean?
That's a
Holding
goat
down
over
the
there.
sounds and the graphics or whatever.
For sure.
Mikey, man. Can't even-
Shout out
So,
to Mikey.
there you go.
Yeah. So that's it, man. So see y'all in a couple of weeks. I think. I don't know.
Tell me what episode. Next episode we doing.
Yeah,
man.
next
I'm ready.
episode.
I bring hip hop to all of us.
You know what I mean? So
To it.
y'all just stay tight, man. Hey, yo. Anyway, get up out of here. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby?
Yeah.